So, in these difficult times, I don't know about you, but we're finding it quite hard to find quiet spaces. Everybody's feeling a bit anxious, maybe a little bit of tension there sometimes, maybe even I'm a little bit tetchy sometimes. So, this is my welcome home sign. I did it a couple of days ago, but we've actually been using it. When you want quiet time, just stick it outside the door you're going into. That means you don't have to have a conversation. It just means you want to be on your own for a bit. Might be quite a good idea for children or teenagers who don't want to have that conversation. It just means they don't have to. So, apart from that, looks lovely. It's a welcome home sign is what I'm calling it. Again, this is really easy. It is made out of... It's made out of a bit of the old laminate flooring that we had put down in part of the house a few years ago. I rummaged around in the shed. So I've got another piece here. If you have a proper floorboard or a bit of wood, fantastic. If you haven't got anything like that at all, cardboard would be just as good, really. It is paint. If I tell you what you're going to need first, so you're going to need your bit of wood. You're going to need some permanent markers. If you haven't got permanent markers, these ones are actually chalk pens, which are lovely because they're nice and painty, but permanent markers will do. If you haven't got permanent markers, then paint will do. But if you don't use permanent paint or colour, make sure you put some varnish or nail varnish, something over it, because otherwise it's going to chip or it's going to move around if you get water in it. So we're going to need those. You need a nice soft pencil. Because of the surface here, you can't trace down onto it, so you're better off drawing it straight on. And something like a Sharpie or a black permanent pen, which is going to do your outlines. First, I'm going to show you how to do it. If I just put that over here, out the way for a minute. First thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to do banners. Now, banners, think tattoos. Think banners that you've seen on signs, pubs, things like that. They look really complicated, but actually they're a lot easier because they all work on one principle, which I will show you. If you like things written down, have a look online, just put in how to draw banners and you'll get loads of things come up. This one I thought was pretty good. This one shows you where to put your pencil lines if you want to do some simple ones there, which is quite good. Or, let me show you. So, with banners, it's basically a series of arches of lines. So let me show you, probably show you better than I can tell you. So, to do a straight banner, you literally draw 2 straight lines like that, block off your ends, and then you draw yourself the banners behind, like that. That's a straight banner. If you want to do something curved, which is what I've done on the welcome home banners, you do your 2 arches, try and keep them sort of equidistant, using pencils so it doesn't matter too much. It's better to draw several lines and you're bound to get one right than it is to not have enough lines, like that. And then you're going to draw your call out bits at the side there. Like that. Those bits here and here, that's where your shadow will go in there. So 2 lines, one that way, one that way. Off at the ends, these ribbons go out that way, the bottom. As they go in behind, square it off, and that is where your shadow goes. If you want to do it round the other way, literally reverse it, so it'll be like that. like that. And if you want to get, you know, you can have a scroll bit that goes round. If you want to get fancy, you can bring it down. Remember, they're supposed to be ribbons. Ribbons aren't equal, so it doesn't have to be exactly the same. We're going to do our writing in the middle here. Work out where the middle is of your banner. And then, because you want to work out how far your writing is going to come. So your O is going to come that side. Then your M. So when you do this, you will realise quite how marvellous tattoo artists are. Now, you might think, I don't really like square writing, I prefer bubble writing. I'll show you how to do really good bubble writing. So there's our home, like that. Let's turn it over. I'll show you how to do bubble writing on this side. To do bubble writing, let's put our sort of where the middle is again, just about. So let's do our E, and if we were going to do it in bubble, you do it in just smaller than you want it. And then you imagine that you're wrapping each part of that letter in a nice duvet, so it's nicely wrapped up. Doesn't matter if they go over, because actually what you're going to do when you come to colour it in, you're only going to go around the outside, and you can have your bubbles, your bubble writing as fat or as not fat as you want it to be. Perfect bubble writing, and you can more or less guarantee that your letters are all going to work out about the same, because you make sure when you do your little duvet bits, you're doing the same kind of thickness. Okay, if you've got a stencil, you could use that. Let's try it on a bit of wood. As I said, nice soft pencil is what you want for this. The one I've got here is a 5B. For those that don't know, H pencils, the higher H it is, the harder the pencil. On a B pencil, the higher the number, the softer it is. Goes up to about 910B. So we're going to do our banner. Again, you can rub it out, so don't worry too much. And if it goes wrong, just rub it out. And if it goes really wrong, wash it off. Top tip, if you have been storing these bits of old DIY stuff in the shed, use some washing up to wash it up first, because you want all the grease off, because otherwise your paints or your markers won't stick as well. Okay, and then we're going to have our banners going out at the side. I seem intent on doing it the opposite way. That's okay. And then on there. And we're going to have our lettering. We're going to do our bit down the middle so we get it about the right height. Okay, and then you want to, while you're doing this bit, you can be thinking about what you're going to decorate it with. Straighten out when I do it. Okay, so that is your basic template. And other things you can find online, if you're thinking, oh, I don't know how to decorate it, there are loads of sheets like this, which I just put in flowers, decorative flowers to draw. You've got all sorts of different ones there, so you can copy them. Now, we want some leafage around it. So to draw leaves, let me show you on this one again on the paper, because it's easier to see. If you remember, you've put your straight line in the middle here, so that's your centre. You're going to be balancing any of your decorations to that. If we put our main flower, start that in the middle. And all I've done is I've roughly copied one of these. I can put the lines on it as well. And I'm going to put my leaves in next just because I want a lot of foliage around it. If you follow the line round like that and loop it in at the end, that's going to be your last leaf. And then your leaves are going to be either side of each other, and you just follow it round as you do it. Okay, we could have another type of flower here. Let's have one that's sort of like and I might do another one just to balance it off a bit there. Maybe have those the same at the top because that will look good. Think about how it's balancing as you're doing it. Again, ending off your loop there, and then you're going to go back in and put your leaves in as well. At any time you look at it, you think, oh, I don't like that. I'll show you on the wood. We don't like that, it's gone in the wrong place. Don't worry, it literally just rubs out. Once you're happy that you have got as much on there as you want, then you are ready to put in your black lines and then start your colour. The time that this takes is the drying time. Make sure before you put in any colour, once you've done your black lines, that you have left it to really, really dry, because there is nothing more disappointing than it looking beautiful, you're going straight in with colour and the whole thing bleeds into the black and you've got wobbly lines. It's upsetting. So, I'm going to use this as the outside, and we want nice strong lines. There you go, balance it off. We're going to look at it. Are we happy with that? Looks okay to me. Put your lines in behind, that shows a bit of depth there to your curls. And once you've worked out the basics of how to do these banners, honestly, you can be putting them on everything, from birthday cards they look good on, to write people's names in, to doing name tags, anything you like. Your basic banner. Turn it over. If you look at it and you think, actually, I prefer it up that way, it works that way too. It's up to you which way around you want to do. Now, when I did these, I decided that the bit I really wanted to stand out was the words home. I found that the best way to do that is not to put black all around it, but to go straight in with colour. And I'll show you how to use the white to highlight what you're doing. Let's choose a different colour. What colour should we have? Let's have a blue, unless it doesn't work, you know. Give it a little test. Check your pens. Again, horrible if you get halfway through it, it doesn't work. Go on your outside first. For younger children, you could do this bit and then get them to colour in inside the edges. You could decide to do your home bit in different colours, each letter a different colour, with each person in the family choosing theirs. Doesn't really matter. Just choose the colours that you like the best. Represent your home. Okay, and then you're going to colour in your letters. And once we've got those done, I'll do one here. If it's still coming through the colour underneath, you can leave it to dry and do another coat. Again, wait for it to dry between coats. So, there's your letter, it's standing out nicely, but to get it really, really popping, to get that colour popping, what we're going to do is, instead of using black, we're going to use white. Now, I've got white markers here. I've got white markers here, which will work really well. If you don't have a white marker, don't worry, you could use correcting fluid, or if you haven't got that, you could use a bit of white paint. Use it with a brush, not a problem. Give it a shake, make sure it's working okay. And this time, you're going to highlight the different letters, but don't overdo it. You can, at this stage, you can add, but it's a lot harder to take it away. So I usually start by doing that side. So doing one side, you could have done the right side, or left side, do the right side, only one side, and it gives you a kind of 3D effect. Little tiny bit at the top there maybe, just to make it sing to us nicely. And I've also used this on some of the flowers at the top. So I've picked up my colours all the way through, chose my palette and then used all the same colours within. I think we'll put a heart at the top of this one. In the middle. We use the red to colour it in. Just so as I can show you. You can hear the dog barking there, just to prove we are definitely at home and we are in lockdown. Right, so just to show you that whilst we put the black round and it looks great here, it looks great there, but it doesn't make it pop. The colours do not shine out as well as they do by using a white pen. So just a little tip there, if you want to make it really work well. So when it comes to that, I think we'll put our bleeding heart bits coming out of it. And again, if you use your white along any of the black lines, it will give an impression of having light hitting it and it will shine out better. You're literally using the wood, fake wood in this case, behind it as an extra colour. Colour in your hearts and bits. Whilst that heart is drying. And once it's dried, you might even want to put just a touch of white to give it a little lift. Okay? And it really is up to you. You can get as flowery or not as you like. It looks really effective. And as I say, you can either use it as a home sign just to go up in the kitchen, or use it like we are. We use it as a little portable sign for quiet time in these difficult times when we're all in together. Still got your pencil there, we're going to rub all that out, but I would probably leave it overnight because we do not want to disturb our paint. Have fun with it, enjoy it. That's the whole thing with these art things. Nobody needs to be an artist. You can have fun, be arty, be creative, little bit of leftover stuff that you've got lying around the house, turning it into something else that we can all enjoy. Okay, have fun, take care, see you next time. Obviously we need a little label for that wish jar, which I seem to have put somewhere that I now can't find. Great. I had it all to hand here.
And we are